The difference between successful people and others, it's not a lack of knowledge, nor is it a lack of strength, but rather it's a lack of will. And when I think about Olympians, I can't help but to think about an individual that knows different levels of perseverance and what it truly takes to implore your will. Well, it's the builder, and it's time to build minds with minds like mine. Welcome to W.I.L.L Wednesdays. That don't have anything to do with the day of the week, but it has everything to do with what you think, feel, and speak. It has to do with your ability to win each day. And you want to talk about winning? Well, in the wake of the 2018 Winter Olympics, the United States came away with 23 medals. 7 of those medals were gold, but 4 of those gold were in the discipline of snowboarding. Well, something caught my attention this year, and that was the story of someone that's not an Olympian, but they've had a profound impact on the sport of snowboarding. And that's a gentleman by the name of Jake Burton. In 1977, he founded Burton Snowboards. It's one of the most prolific boards used by some of the best in the entire world, including your very own gold medalist. Well, for Jake and his family, snowboarding was everything. Not only had it helped them build their lifestyle and their current way of life, it was truly spiritual for them to share in a ride together as a family. Well, in March of 2015, that all kind of came to a screeching halt when Jake came home from one of his infamous snowboard workouts and lunch and was complaining to his wife that he was seeing double. Well, after they got to the hospital and were rushed to another doctor, they said to him, hey, look, if you have what we think you have, by tomorrow, you won't be able to swallow. The next day, you won't be able to open your eyes. And the next day, you won't be able to breathe. Well, Jake Burton was diagnosed with having a rare nerve disease called Miller-Fisher syndrome, where in a random moment notice it can strike and cause paralysis for up to 2 months or more. Well, while in the hospital, Jake Burton had seen one of the roughest times for he and his family, to where he even contemplated suicide and just giving it all up. Well, he found it to be a gift that he could still scribble small notes. And his family said that it was almost like watching him pass away in front of their very own eyes, because he had his mind, but was losing all of his physical faculties, being connected to a ventilator and tubes coming from this place and tubes coming from that place and needing to be helped. Not Jake. He was a huge athlete. But his wife said that his notes went from being as innocent as, hey, I need help with moving my head, to just him wanting to just give it all up. And then watching the story and seeing Jake Burton reflect on this time and looking back on some of those notes that he had scribbled, one of them read, I'm almost glad that this happened. And as he begun to well up the water and tears in his eyes, the very next note that he read said, because through this, we've all learned to love and appreciate each other even more. Well, after 6 weeks in the hospital connected to a ventilator and 2 months of rehab, Jake Burton said what pushed him was the sheer drive and thought of getting back up on that snowboard, so he could share in that experience with his family, as he's always ever experienced it to be and never thought about it being any other way. He talked about the challenges and the obstacles he had in building his business and making snowboarding one of the most premier sports in the world, that we see it in the Olympics today. He likened that building of his business and building of his sport to fighting and coming back from a horrible disease. Jake Burton said it was one of the largest accomplishments he had ever had in his life, and he definitely didn't do it alone. Well, listen, I understand we all don't know what we don't know, so we continuously look for room to grow Life, it's a series of battles. But the largest and heaviest battle you will ever fight is between who you are right now and the who it is you want to be. And if you will, I will, we will, let's build.